This is it. It's the one that everyone's been waiting for. Here we are today, the Pack to the Future corporate event. Some say it's the biggest packaging event of the century. We're going to be talking to a few experts in the industry today, find out what's going on, find out some of the key issues, and also having a little bit of fun while we're at it. Let's go.
There's 4 points I want to get across. That's the first one, really. Computers won't be on keyboards anymore. You already use things like iPads and stuff like that, moving stuff around by hand, but things will start to move towards gesture and voice activation and even thought processes.
So 4421 Gainsborough.
I'm quite interested in packaging talking packs, packs with moving pictures on. If you look at this cornflakes packet on the right, you can imagine they become very irritating if you had that on your breakfast table every morning. And that's what might happen. To show you a 3D rendition of what a pack looks like. So this is how Lego uses this in the States. So that there on the screen is showing you finished what the final pack looks like assembled at the point of sale, so you can see what it is you're buying. It's a bit clunky because you need to look at it through a mobile phone. So this is what he's seeing through his phone. You've got markers in the artwork on the pack, which send signals out to the phone so it can read them.
Ian, when you're training somebody about packaging, what's the kind of thing you start off with, the kind of basics of packaging?
Well, it's really important to make sure that people have the foundation. So in our talk tonight with Chris, he talked about the functions, making sure it contains, protects and preserves. It's convenient, and most people think about convenience as, is it easy to pour, is it easy to open? There's a lot more to convenience than just that. You need to think about how easy is it to fill on the packing line? How easy is it for somebody just to pick up and move in the distribution chain? So convenience covers a whole aspect, and it's all about getting the right cost. And of course Chris talked about the information and marketing function, and then you have to think about the environmental impact that the pack may or may not have. So whenever I do any packaging training, the first thing I do is make sure the students are really in tune with fundamentals. Once you've got that, you can build on and go from there.
Peter, how do you think the event's going so far?
I think it's going very well indeed. There's such a broad array of presentations. I think there's something for everyone there. I'm particularly interested in the spinning film solutions that's about to start here.
Are you doing a talk tonight, or?
I'm not doing a talk tonight. I'm here to hear what's going on, get some feeling about what's going to be happening in the future in terms of packaging, and feed that back into global packaging and devices team at
That's good. I mean, how did you hear about the event?
It was on an event flyer by email, and I've worked with Design for Edition before, so I was happy to come along.
Right, okay, well thanks a lot. It's been a pleasure speaking to you there, Peter. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
What's out there traditionally for protecting brands? Well, you've got copyrights which protect the artistic interpretation of the brand. You've got trademarks like Andrex that you can use to protect the brand legally. You've got patents that you can use to protect the brand, where you're developing intellectual property into the design or function of the product. And you've got the actual design that you can register as well. You can have a registered design, and you can protect your product by stopping people copying a design. But all these legal issues are a bit late in terms of if somebody's counterfeited your product, because you've then got to go to court and you've got to prove that they've done something wrong, they've infringed your brand. That costs money, it takes up time, And what you want to try and do is you want to try and deter people from copying your brand, put a flag on the product itself and show people that you're prepared to protect it, but also that you're prepared to prove that somebody has counterfeited your product and prove that in a court of law, backing up any legal case that you need to take. And it's here where labelling and packaging can help you, because if you can put features of security features into your labels and your packs, much like the security features that go into banknotes, then you can deter people from copying the pack and the label because it's becoming difficult to do, but also you are actually putting a flag up there saying, look, we are prepared to protect our brand in the marketplace.
Jeremy, obviously the kind of problem with counterfeiting is quite a big issue within the industry, considering that, you say it was over £600 billion worth of counterfeiting going on?
$600 billion, I think.
Dollars worth of counterfeiting going on within the industry, and only obviously a few billion trying to counteract it.
Yeah.
It seems like it's quite an unrecognised problem. Would you agree with that?
It's an unrecognised problem because whilst brand owners know that they've got a counterfeit problem, sometimes they're reluctant to spend too much money on technologies that actually protect their products in the marketplace.
Right, okay.
So it has to be cost effective.
I see. Is that the kind of major issue?
Yeah, it's choosing those cost effective issues to enable the brand owner to take advantage of what's out there in the marketplace, but it's actually going to address the problem without costing him more than the problem's actually costing him.
I see, yeah, so it's the kind of, obviously the technologies are there, but it's just too expensive.
It's balancing the right technology to the right problem, and it's making the business case for that particular technology to ensure that it can be deployed in the right way.
I see.
Some of the opportunities are colossal. If you look at some of the financial benefits of what we call now the low carbon economy, what we used to call the environmental services industry, it's now worth in the UK today 100 billion. 100 billion. What was packaging? 11 billion?
Yeah.
100 billion for something that didn't exist 20 years ago. That's scary. That's massive. The world market's worth 3 trillion. The scary thing is that's predicted to grow by 50% by 2015. Name me another market that's going to grow 50% in the next 4 years. So this market is massive, and packaging is right in the centre of this market for lots and lots of reasons. That stuff goes off too quickly. We've got a massively growing population. 7th billionth person will be born on October the 31st this year. So that's the estimate. Is that right? So in the Observer this weekend, I think, or the Guardian, I can't remember. 7 billion by the end of this month. That's really scary. So we have to feed these people. And we can't have stuff going off. The most important part of a packaged product, whether it be a food or a bit of electronics, is the product. That's where the biggest resource is embedded. 99.9 times out of 100. There are some. The absolute vodka disco ball may not have been the case, but with that odd exception, the thing that's in the packaging is the most important thing. So we have to protect it. So if that means more packaging, that's fine. But it's got to be appropriate packaging.
Very excited about today because there's a colossal number of people, and I'm deeply indebted to Chris Penfold for organising it in the way he has done, and it will not go amiss. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes out of this and what the people, the students that have come here, will get from it. Already, having spoken to a number of the seniors within the world of packaging, there's some interesting people here who I'm sure will get a lot out of it, and hopefully we'll get more members and get more people back into the industry. We desperately need it, the country needs it, everything needs it. We've got to stop food waste, we've got to stop a lot of the problems with waste and the environment, and we can do that in the Packaging Society through all the different parts of our industry and our connections.